Hello, my beautiful rock stars. It's your girl Rocqi, your revolutionary hippie from LifeIsRocqi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I went to an exhibit um, about African American quilts, and man, one, so appreciate the artistry of the ancestors. So these quilts were by people who experienced the second Great Migration. So if you know the first Great Migration, that was from the south to the north. Once our enslaved African ancestors were free, they was like, I'm leaving the Jim Crow South. But then the second Great Migration was from the south to the west. It was just new, it wasn't long-term established like the north. So there was, like in Oakland, California, where I'm at, there's a lot of people from Louisiana, from Texas, Alabama. But yeah, so it was, a lot of the quilts were made from people who experienced the second Great Migration. So they only had a couple of quilts by people who were once enslaved, but everybody else was like, the Reconstruction era. But it definitely spoke to me. One of the pieces made me cry because I definitely was like, I've seen that fabric like with my mom. Mind you, my mom was born in 56, so that's segregation, right? In North Carolina too. So yeah, and just the stories they told through quilts. And then like in the gift shop they had a book, Sweet Clara and the Freedom Quilt, and I was reminded that they used the quilts to communicate Underground Railroad passages, right? And that's just like, so first I wasn't gonna get anything, but I ended up getting some magnets, because I was like, I didn't want to get the book documenting everything, just because I was like, I'm not gonna be flipping through this, but I wanted something, because they constantly be on Black Americans for not having a culture. But that's mostly because mainstream America took our culture, right? From our earrings to our hair to our music to our dance, like, Jesus. So they had one quilt that was denim, and that's been reminding me of Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour and all of the information that's bringing up about Negro cloth and the Black Cowboys and things like that. And it's just like, they had a quilt with a Black Cowboy on it, and Oakland has a Black Cowboy Association where they have a parade and everything. So it shows how much history we do have, how much of a culture, how much of an ancestry we do have in this country. Like, I love the similarities that exist within us in the diaspora. But what was I watching the other day? I think I was watching Sinners with my husband, and I think the story about the one guy, like getting enough money to move out of the South, and then, the oppressors made up some story that he stole the money and hurt some lady and lynched him. And I was like, my husband's from Guyana, he's first generation Guyanese American, and I was like, y'all didn't have this shit, did you? You didn't have to fear for your life when you were free. And he was like, nah, I haven't heard of anything like that. I'm like, yeah, because you in a majority Black and brown country. Like, bruh, like, the fact that we used our artistry to create, to comfort, to find joy and freedom is just a beautiful aspect of our resilience. And I'm so proud to be Black American. And yes, while we have similarities to everyone else in the diaspora, we also have very distinct differences that make us our own ethnicity, our own culture. And like, 4th of July just passed, and like, I didn't celebrate that shit. I celebrated Juneteenth, and it's like, I've never been proud to be an American. Probably the one time I was when Obama became president, the first time. Like, bruh. And it's like, every other time I'm Black American. And it's like, I don't want who I am to be reduced to my nationality, because I don't fuck with this country, man. Like, because this country ain't ever fuck with me, So I don't know, but I'm proud of my people. This country got work to do. Michelle Buteau, she did a picture for 4th of July and had a cake and it said, America, do better, bitch. And it's like, for real though. But this was the magnets that I got from it. And it says Rosie Lee Tompkins, Untitled Half Square Triangles 9 Patch, 1986, silk, polyester, cotton, polyester blend, satin. And the exhibit I went to was at the Berkeley Art Museum and Pacific Film Archive. Bequest of Eli Leon Living Trust, courtesy of Effie Mae Howard Estate. And then the second one was by Elizabeth Munn. But yeah, we had a story, you know, and I'm actually going to take some of my old t-shirts, and a lot of them are Hampton associated, and I'm going to have a quilt be made. I'm not going to pick up this talent of quilt making, but I'm going to have a quilt be made of all the t-shirts. I found a company that does that. I think that would be also a great way to honor the ancestors, as well as have something to pass down too. That's my biggest thing, is like, one thing that I realized is I chose to have a black partner so I could have black children, but I don't have any control over my grandchildren. And even if the melanin is different, if they don't look like me, what can I pass down? What about the history, the culture, the legacy can I teach them, right? But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Did you know about African Americans, Black Americans making quilts and the history behind it? I do wish the exhibit had more, just like a breakdown of why we were making quilts, you know? Like at Hampton University's museum, they had blankets from Africa as well as the indigenous, and you can see how similar the designs were. It's amazing. But they didn't make quilts. Quilts is something unique to us, because that's like scraps of fabric, you know? But yeah, I'm proud to be Black American. But all right, beautiful people, take care of you. Light and love.